Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm super excited to bring this to you. This is my review of Magic Square's MS-B53 Night Tracer. Of course, this is their cartoon version of a G1 Onslaught. As you know, he's the torso and leader of the Bruticus combiner, the Combaticons. And, oh, I couldn't be more stoked. But let's go ahead and get into it. Per the norm, we're going to start with accessories. First off, he comes with the chest piece for combine mode. Looks amazing. It's done on brown plastic. I do have some sprue marks here, which is unfortunate, but might be able to sand those down a little bit. But as you can see, it's nicely detailed, sculpted, and painted. The gray is painted, the purple, the dark gray. Looks fantastic. Definitely together with screws instead of glue, which is nice to see. Mounting points, but this looks stellar. Gets me super excited for the final combiner. He comes with two filler pieces for Brawn and Swindle for leg mode. And I was super excited to see those because I was really thinking that they were appearing to be very thin. They're really tight, but the way they work is they just peg onto the back of the leg. But we'll go more into that in combine mode. But you get one for each side. And then you get his blaster. Done in the olive drab green, military green. It's got some nice sculpting. No paint. But it was definitely a good attempt. I think it looks decent. And other than the instructions in Legend Scale Collector's Card, that's it for accessories. That brings us to the figure. And definitely does not disappoint. Let's take a closer look. It definitely has his guns sticking up over his head, which is iconic for the character, really. I think they look fantastic. They do extend, they pivot up and down, but we'll go over that more in alt mode. Looking at the face, you've got gray paint over orange for the eyes. Definitely a really good job sculpting the head. As far as articulation, it can go back that far, maybe a little more if you push it, but I'm not going to. Very minuscule amount down. I don't even think you could really count it as down. But solid across the shoulders. The shoulders are interesting because they're on a series of hinges, so they can go up to there, all the way up for, that's mainly for transformation, but it's an option. They're on a ball, so you do get a little bit of a butterfly. And of course, 360-degree rotation. You do have rotation right below, or right at the elbow. Another interesting bit, and this has to be for combiner mode, but there's a separate hinge here, which you can use if you want, to give you a little bit more posing options. Elbow does bend more than 90 degrees on a single hinge. And hands do rotate. They don't come off though, they're screwed. Well, they're not screwed on, but they're definitely difficult to get off if you wanted to. Somewhat mushroomed on there. But they do rotate, and you have a little bit of out motion due to transformation. All of the turquoise or blue that you see is plastic, with the exception of the wheels, which are painted black and silver. And you've got the olive drab green on both sides of the arm, which match the plastic for the backpack. Coming down to the waist, full 360 rotation. Hindered a little bit by the backpack, but just tilt up a little bit and you can get it. 90-degree ab crunch, which is awesome. Magic Square's really been nailing it with these figures lately. Make sure that you pull the skirt up on the side, and he does have a very decent range up. And now, I've heard some people complain that it gets stuck. One, we've seen that before. But two, moving this in without the leg is actually part of transformation. So it's not a defect. They did it intentionally. Legs can go more than 90 out to the side. Do have rotation at the hip. Plastic black with a little bit of yellow drab above the knees. More on the knees, and then the rest is just detailed colored plastic. With the exception of the wheels on the side, which are silver and black. No rubber wheels this time, which I'm kind of thankful for, to be honest. As far as the knee, you do get a double jointed knee, which gets you the full run. And feet, no up or down, but the toes do tilt up, and the heel tilts up. So you still have posing options, and the feet is on a very nice rocker. So, as far as I'm concerned, Magic Square knocked it out of the park with this one, as they have with the other two bots on this set. I really do enjoy the figure, the articulation, the detail, and just the way that they've designed it with the articulation. It is fantastic. If you find this coming out a little bit, just shove it back in. But it looks amazing in my opinion. And Magic Square has been doing a really good job lately. Despite some questionable business practices, they do release a good product. And there's a view from the back. Now, one thing I will say, he is a little bit back heavy, so make sure you angle the heel spurs a little bit down. That way, he'll stand up. Otherwise, if you sit them flat, he'll have a tendency to lean and potentially even fall backwards. But it looks and feels amazing. Here he is with the other members of the team, and this set really is blowing me away. I can't wait for the last two to be released. Hopefully it's soon. Here he is with Magic Square's Megatron and Starscream, which it's nice to see he's bigger than Megatron. And here he is with Magic Square's most recent Prime release, and just to get a New Age figure in there, their Galvatron. So the transformation is a little bit in depth the first time you do it, but once or twice, and it actually becomes pretty fun and pretty seamless. But let's take a look at the truck mode. Coming down the side, you do have very nice silver plastic for the wheels this time. You've got green for what I'm guessing would be ammo storage. You've got the big cannon done again in green. The gray cannons above. Black for the windows, which looks good. Gray for the grille. Black for the windshields. This is one thing I don't like. This side has a little bit of a tendency to hesitate to go in, and then when you finally get it, it just pops through. Maybe it's just my copy, but it is what it is. Same deco going down the side. You got multiple places here to store the gun. You can put it in the turret. You can put it in any one of these holes in the back. So you got options, is what I'm saying. All the wheels do roll really well. The only issue is, if you can see it, it's got a little bit of a bow to it, especially right here. So it's kind of hard to get all 12 of the wheels, sorry, all 10 of the wheels on the ground at the same time. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong in the front. But I mean, it rolls good. I'll give you that, but most of the time it's on 6 wheels instead of 10. You can't really get all the wheels on the ground at the same time. A little bit frustrating, but not the biggest issue. I've tried adjusting here. Let's see if that does the trick. It definitely comes closer when you undo the center, which is kind of disappointing. But overall, it is a great looking Onslaught in truck mode. Looks fantastic. You can definitely bring in Swindle. Now it looks like he's hanging off a little bit, but a little trick. You actually have 2 positions for the gun. I'll open this up and swing these up like so. That will extend the gun over the cab of the truck. So now Swindle can fit, or if you want, Brawl can fit. So really a very, very nice cartoon version of Onslaught. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the turret can swing, go full 360, and the guns can go up and down and extend. So you've got a lot of posability options there also. For comparison, here he is with the other members of the team. Here he is with Magic Square's Motormaster and Prime. And what would we be without tradition? Here he is with New Age Jazz. Let's wrap things up by starting with the negatives. He definitely could have used a lot more paint, that's for sure. All the blue is totally unpainted, and that's unfortunate because a little bit of paint will make this thing pop. We can almost guarantee that we're going to get some different versions of colors. I know the IDW version has minimal differences, mainly the eyes and the grill in alt mode, but I'm curious to see what they're going to release with this set. On to the positives. I've already said it before, this set is really starting to turn out to be fantastic. The 3 releases have really, really impressed me. Shows that Magic Square is stepping up their game. This is no exception. The articulation, sculpted detail, and everything that Magic Square's put into this does really shine. I do like the paint apps that they've used. I wish that they could have had more, but this is really what we have come to expect from Magic Square, and it really pulls it off. It's got the correct scale, it's got the correct detailing, and it's got the outstanding articulation. So final thoughts on the figure. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. He's got what I've come to love from Magic Square, all rolled into one bundle. Articulation, detailing, and just overall accuracy to the cartoon. I think he's fantastic. So definitely check him out. I bought mine from showzstore.com. I'm pretty sure he's still in stock. And we even still have the IDW version to look forward to. So check him out. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to get your bell on so you get notified about future content. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.